Welcome to the Jumbo Charming Challenge, your next step up the Jumbo Coin Mountain. If you love the original version of this routine, you're going to love this version even more. This routine has been part of my professional repertoire for 10 years, and I'm so excited to share all the details with you all. Inside, you will get all 3 jumbo coins and a specially tailored scarf, so you can start learning this routine immediately. Also included is a coin pull, so you can make all 3 coins appear before going into your Charming Challenge routine. Perform it with or without a spectator, on stage or in the streets. It's great for all situations and venues. In the tutorial, I will go over how to perform it 360 degrees surrounded for optimal angle coverage. If you want to scale up your magic, do it for bigger audiences, and take it to the next level, this version of Charming Challenge is perfect for you. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself and unlock all the possibilities of the Jumbo Charming Challenge. I guarantee this is going to be your new favorite way to perform this classic routine. Join me now as we climb the Jumbo Coin Mountain with the Jumbo Charming Challenge. Welcome to the Jumbo Charming Challenge. This is something I've been wanting to release for years, and I'm so excited you're all about to take this journey now. I'm going to go into full detail how to perform this routine, as well as a specialty 3-coin appearance, how to utilize that scarf, and a little bit of a bonus so you can perform this 360 degrees in the round in any venue and any situation. Let's get into the Jumbo Charming Challenge. So really quick before we get into anything, I'm going to talk about this specially tailored scarf. Obviously it's somewhat diamond cut to give it a nice elegant look. It's not just a square scarf, which is really nice. And one thing I like to do for performance is roll this up into a flower. Now the way you would do that is right at the end, just using your index and middle finger and thumb, clip it, and then you're going to basically wrap it like a yo-yo around those fingers, not too tight, because you want to be able to get those fingers out later. And because this scarf is not that wide, as you wind it, you'll notice that it doesn't create too much bulk. So it is a very nice wound up rose type silk. At the end there, you just want to very carefully remove your fingers without pulling the center out. And then that you can put, whether it's on the breast of your jacket or in your pocket. And then anytime you want to, whether it's from the center or from this extra tab, you can unfurl it very nicely. So that's just a quick note on the scarf, ways to handle it, ways to present it. Let's get into the coin work and the full routine right now. Now I want to explain the full routine of the Jumbo Charming Challenge, and afterwards I'll go into the appearance of the 3 coins in case you want to go right into the appearance and then the routine. But some of you might just want to pull the coins out and do the routine, so let's go into the detail of the Jumbo Charming Challenge routine. So you have the 3 coins stacked, present them, show them to your audience. Now what you're going to do as you feed the scarf through the center hole and doing your patter, you're going to basically want to displace one of these coins. This way you're only feeding that handkerchief through 2. Now you can do this from a side angle, so that way that coin is kind of hidden in the palm in a perpendicular, parallel to the floor kind of way, so that way it just looks like you're pulling it through, and then that way you can square everything up and present. And now at this point you have 2 coins on and the back coin is free. Now what's nice about this moment is you're going to do a convincer that all 3 are on the handkerchief using a Elmsley count, which is traditionally used for cards, but we're going to do it with these jumbo coins. So you're going to show 1, 2 coins, and you can see that that's through the scarf, through the holes rather. And this is where I said it's a great illusion, because on the 3rd, you're going to actually count that 2nd from behind and show that middle one again. And what creates a great illusion here is that you see all 3 coins through the scarf. So with that loose coin on the back of those, you can see 1, 2, pulling and counting that back coin, so you can display that one again, and now just pull the handkerchief taut, and now everything's kind of in that bundle like the original Troy Hoosier Charming Challenge, with that center coin kind of wedged in between the ribbon. And now utilizing your finger, you can support that and kind of hang it. If your finger is not there, it actually creates not enough tension, and the gravity of the coin and the weight will just come out. So it's very, very important that you wedge that with your finger. And all it takes is, like, it's nothing specialty, it's nothing tricky, it's just put your index out and kind of rest the coins on there like a shelf. Just like that. But from the front, it's going to create the illusion that they're hanging from the scarf. And then from there, you can do the original jump penetration off of the scarf. Really nice, really amazing first moment to this routine. I always love that because there's a moment there after the Elmsley count where you can relax, do your patter like you need to, present to the audience, and then make that coin come off of the handkerchief. At that point, you can display 2 coins on the scarf. Now at this point, as you can see, I've already gotten ready in this position where you want one tail of the scarf to be shorter. And that's important because when you bring these back together, it's going to be easier to retrieve that tongue from the coin, the tongue of the scarf, that is. So when you strip that out, you now free up that other coin. One more time so you can see it happen. You have 2, and as that shortens, you bring these forward, and then this finger, the middle finger of this hand holding this coin, is going to connect in this loop and strip out that tongue. Now it's a really fluid motion, and if you actually utilize your digits properly, you can clip that to make it easier. And what I mean by that is, as this is fed through and you display it on the handkerchief, when you come back, if you're already clipping this with your fingers, this pulling out is much easier than just trying to snag that loop. So those are just some tips to make that a smoother maneuver for you. So once that's free and out, you can display this like this. A nice subtlety I like to do is put that on your thumb to do that. And although it's on your thumb, it creates a good subtle illusion in the mind that it's all still locked on that scarf. So from there, you can do the pull, and it creates this nice little tick-tock pendulum, sort of like a grandfather clock pendulum, and I just really like that look. and there's the second. Now the last, kind of like the second one that you just did, is going to be similar in the respect of you can show and display that this is on, kind of feeding it back and forth. Now there's a moment here where the tongue of the scarf is short. And in the same kind of motion, you want to clip the center of the scarf. And a good way to figure that out is when it's kind of in this 3/4 position with the tongue ready to kind of come out of this coin hole. It's a weird saying, but yes, out of the coin hole. That tongue is there. If you grab at the tip of that tongue on the other side, that is about center, coming back up. And what you want to do there is, as you're doing this, you clip the center, come up, and again, these fingers clip here on this side, so that then they can strip the tongue out just like the last coin. So in sequence, you can show this, clip the middle, clip the tip, this comes up, that strips out. Kind of all in one motion while you're patterning. And then from here, as you can see, my fingers already poised in the center to kind of misconstrue this, that it's not going through. So from there, you kind of feed it through, and you can pull this and then connect to create a new loop, which creates a very nice convincer as well. And through all of this routine, there are moments where you have to do a move, but immediately after, there's a moment of rest. So you can sit, display, patter, have some time displacement before you go into the final move. One more time to show that last coin. After that's through, you can display to really show that this is through, and on the offbeat, clip that center, bring it up as this is clipped and brought down, and that tongue strips out. And as I said, this kind of is here on your fingertip to hold in front. The scarf, unlike the ribbon, and this is what I really like about this version of the routine, not only does it play to a bigger audience and a bigger crowd, but if you're using this, the ribbon would be very much easier to see that the both pieces of ribbon are on one side. So like a move like this with the traditional charming challenge wouldn't be possible because it would kind of give itself away. With the handkerchief and the scarf, because it's the bundle that it is, it creates a really nice illusion, and it's hard to tell what's in front, behind, or not. So that's one subtlety I really like about this routine for moments like this. So you hold that there, you can easily feed that with your finger, and it doesn't have to be much, just enough that you can clip this, pull it through, and grab that, and that can display. Now, in one motion, what's really nice is this may look silly from your side, but from the front, there's nothing about it that looks wrong. You can do it as slow as you want. Now, of course, you don't want to do it like Walker across the street slow, but you want to go like this and just grab and display. And it's a really nice fluid show, display, and you can do that calmly with confidence. At this moment is a great display, and then as you come forward, let that tongue kind of come out so you can prep it to here so that there's a moment where this pull comes much more micro. There's not as much motion to the scarf because it creates a much more magical moment where that is on the scarf, you can see it, and then this get ready is that simple. Again, something you can do slowly with confidence. You don't have to rush through it. And then you can pop that right off the edge. Because of this silk handkerchief, you can get away with this moment and you won't be able to see. Again, the illusion of this being wrapped is so much better, and you couldn't do this with the traditional small coin ribbon charm and challenge. So again, just one touch that really makes this routine something I have really loved to perform over the last 10 years, and it's something I know you will love as well. So now I'm gonna get into a full explanation of how you can kind of do all of these moves in the round 360. So if you're doing this in the street or in a festival or fair performance venue, you can not have to worry about people behind you, over your shoulder, next to you, because that is one place that I actually kind of perfected this, was at a Renaissance festival, and that was the exact scenario I had, was people approaching from all angles. So this is essentially something you can do that is angle proof with some minor touches. So let's get into the 360 version and some tips on audience management if you bring someone on stage to perform this with them as well. Here are the tips for performing in the round if you have some angle issues and crowds creeping from behind and the sides. So when you do the first coin, obviously, if that's tucked in towards your body, practically stand like this, with that clipped almost entirely towards your chest, which again, doesn't necessarily look weird because you're just stabilizing these jumbo coins as you thread it. So from the front, it just kind of looks like you're doing what you're doing, and depending where they're at, your angles are really well covered with that hidden inside. So if you're in the round, you're covered from all angles. And from there, you're just feeding it up through like before and squaring. Now at this point, obviously that one is off the back, two are on. So as long as you keep this towards your body, there's no way anyone's gonna see that not fully looped. And now this is where that Elmsley count with coins comes in, where you show the two, keeping it tight, and then you do the second, counting the back coin, showing the third, and then once you square this up, again, there's a great moment of relaxation no matter where anyone is, because then you go into this display where the coin is on your fingertips, and again, no matter where you are, that technically is a 360 degree setup at that point. So you can show around and then do that coin. So again, really tight, really close to the body, but not in an awkward, like, I'm trying to do this weird. So that is one way to kind of achieve those front end moves. Keeping it tight as to not display there's no silk or scarf coming out the back. Second one, you can display this as wide out in the audience as you can. And that's what's nice about this 360 handling, if you will, is there are moments here where you can come out and show. So you're not always just so tight against the body, so that over the shoulder people can see every little moment, and you can display over your shoulders, because that's important too if you're in the round, so that they can see the three, show, do the two, and as you come back to do this clip and pull, back towards your body. So you're in and you're out, and you're in and you're tight and you're covered. So at this moment, you're good. You can hold this, again, as close to your body as you need to, but still displaying it and not being awkward about it. Obviously, you don't want to be out here. Like if you were on stage, you can be as extended as you want. But in the round, you want to be here. Second one pulls off, really easy, really nice, and you're already on your way performing this. Now, here's a quick note in the middle of this. If you have a spectator, call them up. Have them check out the coins. Hey, these are giant coins, take a look. They have a hole in them, but we're gonna need that hole. And then as they hand them back, you can string them on one at a time. And I actually like this one at a time stringing, because you can show one, string it on. Show two, string it on. And then the third one, as you're taking it from your audience member, you can, make a comment and be like, oh, and have you ever seen coins that big? And really all you're doing is just sandwiching that on top, and instead of fishing that out, you're just pulling it. So it's a lot easier actually if you do it one at a time. So with an audience member in the round is kind of the best way to do this, so that they can experience all the fun and magic. So once you've done that, you've obtained these, you've strung these back, you're in the second one. For a spectator, what I like to do on the second one, you can hand this to them so they can hold, and then they can pull kind of as hard as you want, but you tell them, hold on to those tails really strong. Because I've had a few people fling this thing, and this is like a wrecking ball flying through the air. 5-inch, 4-inch coin hitting someone in the face, bad news for everyone. Performer, audience, not good, liability, lawsuit, insurance, bad. So tell them to hold that tight and give it a nice gentle tug. And that way everyone's safe. Okay, so that's the second coin with a spectator. Now the last one, as I said, once you're here in the round with a spectator, you're set, you're golden, you're great. You just do the last one, kind of like the second one. This moment, you want to come closer to the body, and then that little move to get that tail through. Once you're here and you're close to the body, once that extends out, again, in the round, you're perfect, you're set. Do that move close, extend as you run through it. Your audience member with you at your side can see it all the way around. Your audience can see it all the way around. And you can prep this, have them blow on it, you blow on it, however you want to do that. And that is kind of the tips if you have crowd issues. Just remember to always out display when you can, and then for those meticulous moments, bring back to your chest and hide any of that coverage you need with your arms, angles, etc. So that is with a spectator in the round, all of the fine details you might need in that situation. So now I'm going to go into an explanation of the 3-coin appearance, kind of a bonus, but you can load these into that coin loader and then make them appear if you would like to do that version of the routine. In your product, you should have gotten this jumbo coin pull. Now this won't be great for a 3-inch coin. If you want, some of my other product on Lehmanmagic can get you covered there. But this is actually for 4, 5, even 6-inch jumbo coins because you want it to stretch. So the way you load this is you kind of just stretch this and then load that into the coin loader. And then this can go on a belt loop very easily and you're set to go. And that can hide under your jacket, your sweater, whatever. So that you just stretch and push and you're loaded. Then that goes on your belt and anytime you want, you can come and pull those coins. It's a really nice way to silently obtain those rather than just pulling them out of your pocket, and it can be done that quickly. After you have those loaded on your belt off to the side, there's a nice moment here where everything's hidden. Depending how you want to present this scarf, like I talked about earlier, you can unfurl it, pull it from your pocket, pull it from a flower or something, display. And then as you display and your hand comes down, that's the moment where you can just grab, pull, and those coins are loaded in your hand in a split second, and then they can come up in Tenkai using that hole very nicely. So that just comes up and you can display the handkerchief, and then anytime you want, make those appear. So that's how you generally just pull them, is I use the handkerchief for misdirection, let this hand come down, you steal these from the loader, and then that immediately, as I said, goes into Tenkai, and then you can come up, do what you need to, and then make those appear. So now how to make those appear. From Tenkai, generally the first one, I do a somewhat of a spellbound French drop appearance, which looks really nice. It looks like it's melting from the air. It's something that Garrett Thomas helped me with touches on. Garrett has some of the best big coin magic, one of my biggest inspirations, along with people like Vic Tribuco, Dr. Sawa, and just a lot of great guys doing big coin magic. I mean, David Roth, of course. So, Tenkai, and as you make these appear, you just kind of come in, wave, do this like wash where you're showing your hands empty, and then this contacts the thumb and then the fingers as you wave. So it's a nice way to make that appear as if from nowhere. And then the second one, what I do is just holding this from the thumb and the index on the side, you can separate one of those coins pretty easily. That does take a little bit of knack, but no different than doing like a block pushover on a deck of cards. Once you have the knack, you can display that and then bring these two to the side, and then the third one, you just shift as you come together. So it's a nice, really quick 1, 2, 3 appearance from Tenkai where you can show, you wave, and then appear. So that is the 1, 2, 3 appearance that I like to do. Of course, if you have your own touches, feel free to do it any way you want, but that is a good way to pull that present and make 1, 2, 3 coins appear. In performance, seeing that pull and the 3 appear with the handkerchief, this is something that you might be able to do. So pull this from your pocket, let it unfurl, display it in the hands, do your pull, goes into tenkai. You can show the handkerchief again, put it on your arm, display, make those appear, get your thumb ready to do the second coin appearance, block pushover, and then the third one. So it's a very nice 1, 2, 3 pop that I know you can do. And then from there, you can go right into the routine as we discussed earlier. And that is the Jumbo Charming Challenge. Thanks for joining me on this journey up the Jumbo Coin Mountain. Now you can go out there and perform this amazing routine in any venue and in any space. I'm Rian Lehman. If you want more of my Jumbo coin magic, check out my website, Lehmanmagic.com, for more. And we'll see you on a future excursion into the unknown.